What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Musicians Forced Podcast. We're part of Harlem Hayfield. Mikey, Brandon,
Yo.
Hugh behind the camera, and we got ourselves a little break. I mean, we don't have anything on the books until, I don't know when this episode's coming out, but July 12th at the Devon. Come see us. We're part of Local
Lakeshore
Vibes
Amphitheater.
Live.
Yeah.
So, yeah, come check it out. I think tickets are like, the pit's like $10. So
Who else is playing that show? Matt Carter.
Matt Carter's
Band.
on there. Marble Teeth's on there.
Marble Teeth, they're cool. Remember seeing the Marble Teeth sticker in where were we? Columbus, Ohio, at the laundry
at
place.
the laundromat. Dirty Dungarees. It was a Marble Teeth sticker there.
So
Jado.
Yeah, he's a rapper.
Yeah, he's a rapper, and man, I've been looking at Facebook, and his followers are sharing the hell out of that event.
Well,
So
there's going to be some cool music there.
He's got some people really supporting him, which is dope.
Also, one of the groups from MMX, which is Midwest Music Expo.
That's happening this weekend.
This Saturday, and one of the groups, they're doing some sort of contest or something.
So it says
showcase.
MMX All-Stars. I don't know what it is.
Okay, so somebody from MMX is going to be playing there also.
Blonderosa,
Yeah.
Grand Theft Audio?
I think so.
Yeah.
Also, MMX is a music expo put on by Martin Atkins in Decatur, Illinois, who used to play Nine Inch Nails and Ministry, right?
Start calling him Wikipedia. But what I was saying, though, is we've got a break. We don't have nothing to play until the Devon. As we know it right now, we could have something pop up, but how are you guys spending your downtime?
Gardening.
Like, whenever we don't, you doing gardening too? Me too, bro.
Yeah.
What about you,
doing,
Hubert?
Well, you know me, 99% of my time is still doing band shit. I'm just in the basement with the laser or upstairs with the music videos.
Arts and crafts.
Or, just obsessing over, this video stuff or whatever.
You don't have any hobby that you would consider
Yes, he does.
Besides...
No, he's got all kinds of shit. I've been at his house a bajillion times. He's always got something going.
Is it weird? That's why he's not saying anything?
He's always got a bunch of shit going on, and a lot of it is band stuff.
Yeah.
But he's also always tinkering with something else.
Like woodworking shit.
Like when he had the fucking electrolysis thing going.
Yeah.
There's always something.
Yeah, I mean, we do a lot of work around the house.
You are a very tinkery...
Oh yeah,
you're a tinkerer.
I'm a tinkerer. Yeah, I like getting in there and seeing how something works, or if I watch a video on something, I'm like, dude, I want to see if I can make that work. And
he's got at his house on the side of his refrigerator. There's a space about this fucking big from the fridge to the wall.
Yeah,
and you see this piece of wood there with a handle or whatever. You pull this thing out. It's got wheels on the bottom of it. It's like fucking 7 feet tall. About this wide, and it's only that thin, and it's a fucking rack for food.
It's a spice rack.
Yeah.
It's got all our spices hidden right behind the fridge.
You made that?
Yeah, he made it.
No shit.
Just pulls it right out, and you're like, what? And how the fuck?
Yeah.
That's a dope hobby, though.
It is
pretty cool.
It's fun.
And it's not like you're not making shit for other people.
No.
Like, not stuff like that. So
No.
that's like...
Hugh does this. Like, I've been around his house. I've been around him a lot. And Hugh's like, he comes up with an idea, and he's like, I could do that. And then he tries it.
You have an engineer brain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But even
I never used to, but it just kind of happened.
even if he fails at it, he's gonna fucking try it.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Which is how I ended up melting a lot of stuff in the garage. The ring that I wore to Jazz Up Front,
Yeah.
I again, DIY. I'm like, if someone else won't handle it for me, I'm going to figure it out. So I had a ring from a friend. She gave it to me when we were in college.
Oh, yeah. You said you had to Dremel it out.
Yeah, she passed away shortly after college, so I've kept that ring. And I was like, you know what? We're playing a lot more shows. I'll put on some bracelets and stuff. It's an opportunity for me to I'm not gonna wear jewelry at work. To my office job.
Chance to accessorize.
So yeah, I'm like,
gussy yourself up
exactly. I'm a peacock a little bit. So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna wear this ring. So I put it on, and I'm like, that's just a little snug. And so I took it to Flora Gems. I took it to all these different jewelers in town, and they were like, we don't know what it's made out of, but it's not a precious metal, so we can't work on it. And I'm like, oh, fuck it. If they don't want to ruin it, I'll at least give it a shot. So I stuck that sucker in a vise, took a Dremel to the inside of it, filed off the sharp edges, no problem. Wore it that night to the Jazz Up Front show. I'm like, hey, feels good. I'm like, hey, we did it. And I'm showing off the ring. And then someone was just like, I mean, you got to make sure it's not lead, though.
Yeah.
I'm like, who makes a fucking ring out of lead?
Some people do.
Some people do.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, it's probably not lead. Right. I'll wear it. And then I'm like, I'll get the swab test.
I'll test it.
It's like $8 at Amazon. I'll get it. And so
lights up like a fucking Christmas tree.
Yeah, it literally, it's got the little like spectrum thing on the bottom. It's like it's basically like a rusty orange color when you get it. You run it underwater for a second, and it's like swab it for 30 seconds. And if it's got rust or lead, the more lead it's got, the more it'll go toward like a bright fuchsia.
Right.
And so it's like, but do it for 30 seconds. Right. You know, like you're doing your nose for the thing. And so I'm like, all right, it was like, boom, magenta. And I was like, oh, damn,
what's it mean when it's glowing?
Yeah. I was just like, we tried. Dude,
I was trying to think of this the other day. I have 2 hobbies. I do a lot of yard stuff, and I do the music thing. And it's like one hobby I want to share, and one I don't, because I don't care if anybody helps me with the gardening stuff. I'm just out there tinkering around the yard, and I'm in heaven. I don't have to post anything about it. I will, so my mom can see stuff or whatever. But as far as like the reason behind sharing music stuff versus the reason, or like saying, hey, look, I got blossoms on this tree.
You're fulfilled enough by just doing it.
Yeah. So it's like when the actors talk about, I do one for them and then I do one for me. It's like that's my hobbies. I do one that I really want to share with everybody, but then I want one that's like my secret garden, kind of thing.
Hey, he's building all kinds of shit back there. Like he's got
it looks like a beautiful mess right now, just because I can see everything, and some of the shit back there, like the city can't see it with the privacy fence up, so I'm just letting a lot of it go. Because the more I mow it down, the more fertile the ground is going to be. So I'm just letting it ride.
He's started talking about building acoustic stage back there in front of the pool.
Thinking about putting an acoustic stage next to the pool.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, you got a lot of water in the pool today.
Last year was a terrible year to start gardening because it was like double cicada fest or cicada-thon.
We
or
don't
whatever
have cicadas this year.
We probably have the regular ones we get that don't destroy everything. But we don't get those little 17.
Not the ones that land on you. I don't want that.
Yeah.
Oh God.
You remember playing that show outside
at Crowbar?
The Crowbar?
That was amazing.
That was terrible. I hated that.
I was trying not to feedback, but I didn't want them flying into my fucking mouth.
Oh God.
I got so many
everywhere.
photos. Like you're literally playing, and it's on your hand.
What do you do? Like I'm in the middle of playing a song, and the fucking things are landing
extra hard
on my hand. And I just have to look at it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like,
I think they're cool.
You're
a fucking bug guy. Like you're okay
I love that.
Yeah. Dude, no fucking way. No, thank you.
The cicada lands like, you want to hear about the time I saw Metallica in 1983? I'd like to tell you all about it. Like,
it's a burnout cicada. What's up? I hung out with the roadie backstage.
Are you backstage, right? Yeah. You got roadie stories?
Cicada smoking a cigarette. You got tattoos.
A lot of tail out here tonight. I'm like, what are you doing?
Ass grass.
Go eat a leaf.
Well, did you? I don't know if you noticed how many dead ones were in your pedal bag.
Yes.
You had 1 million.
Yeah, they were all in there. And the thing is that the cicadas are attracted to loud noises.
Yeah.
So, and we're playing in a fucking band outside.
Yeah. Well, and as we were closing up, anytime I saw one next to my stuff, I would just toss it into your bag.
I know. I fucking know. I know you did that.
You had like 500 in there.
I know. And the next time I open my pedal board, there's 30 fucking dead bugs in there. And look at him laughing. Yeah, I garden too. Like, I like to do the same type of shit. Like, you've got this whole, like, backyard oasis going on. But, like, another thing that I do when we have a lot of downtime is I read a lot more.
Yeah.
I get back into my books, and I like to draw. I keep, like, a sketchbook, and I like to draw. So, yeah.
Do you read, or do you do audiobooks?
I read.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He rereads. He marks in his books. We talked about that.
Yeah.
Blasphemous.
What?
Yeah, you talked about like because Mikey won't put a mark in his book, and you'll do that. I like the act of reading, but it's almost the same thing with podcasts. I can't stop myself from getting distracted and fucking with something else.
Yeah.
So I have to be. The only time I ever read books on paper was when I used to take like the subway in Chicago
because you were doing something
and
else.
Before smartphones, because I didn't have a phone to flip through, so I would read. Or if I didn't have a license, so when I would visit Elida at Milliken, I would take a train. I'd have a 3-hour train ride, and so I'd read. And now, if I want to read a book, I have to get it on tape. Because if I'm sitting in front of a book, I'll wander off and do some
I
bullshit.
could see that. I mean, not to be mean, but I know you, and
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I've done audiobooks, like when I'm on in the car or something, like on a long trip. But like, and that actually, I really like that. Like if I'm driving for 8 fucking hours,
Yeah.
I'll put my headphones on and get lost in that. But like,
I do
Not
miss it
supposed
though,
to.
reading a book.
I do
with
like
my
to,
eyes.
yeah, I do like to actually sit down and read. And I like if I can get used books. I like used books. There's just something about them. You know what I mean? They got more life to them. So I've been reading a lot of biographies, political shit, but mostly in the last couple of years, there's a lot of fucking like human brain and psychology type things. You know, the big one was what is it? Keeps the score of fucking.
Oh, is it the brain? It ain't the brain keeps the score.
Mind the brain. So, you know what I'm talking
Something
about.
like that.
It's a very well known book, but like the body keeps the score.
The body keeps the score.
Yeah, that was the first one I started after I changed my therapist, and then I've been reading them ever since. So I'm really interested in psychology and like I love
I
history.
flip around like that. It seems like mostly what I read is what I'm into.
Philosophy too. Like
in that
you like you gave me Viktor Frankl.
Yeah,
Fucking fantastic.
it's my favorite book of all time.
Bro, that book is in my backpack. Like,
What is it?
Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl.
Yeah, dude, he gave me that book, and he was like, dude, you'll like this. And I read it. I've read it twice. But, like, I read it, and I understood it. Like, and I think the reason I understood it is because the time when he gave it to me, I was, like, on a deep dive of psychology type stuff. And I think that's why he gave it to me.
Yeah.
So I read it, and I felt like I understood it. And then a couple months went by, and I was like, I'm not sure I got everything out of that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I went
yeah.
back into it and read it, just devoured it, the second time. And it's been in my backpack ever since. I hate the day he's going to ask for it back. Like, that is such a fucking resource.
I'll make you a deal. Buy me a new copy and you can have that one.
Okay, dude, 'cause I want that
Because
one.
I know you like the
was
used
getting-
one.
yeah, yeah.
and
I want
You've got
that-
miles.
I want that
He's
used one.
wanted to write on those pages so bad.
Oh yeah, I could tell. The whole time you're talking, I'm like, damn.
As soon as I get that fucking, I'm writing in there tomorrow.
He probably already wrote it, and he's like,
No,
"Nah, I
it-
still need to borrow it a little
no,
longer."
Yeah, he's like getting a
I
eraser.
don't know
God
how I'm
damn
going to
it.
get out of this.
Dude, when I was in high school,
You
I don't
saw a
be-
ghost?
No, I did not see a fucking ghost.
You saw
but
an owl?
I'm gonna tell you some weird ass shit about some ghost shit.
All right.
I was in high school. At the time, I was going to Mount Zion. Anyway, so a bunch of my friends tell me about this fucking house out in the middle of the country. Everybody's got a house where somebody killed somebody or something, right? It's middle of fucking nowhere, and they're like, "Let's go out there," and I'm like, "Yeah." So we go out. This is like July or August, okay? And so this house is in the middle of fucking nowhere. Supposedly the story was somebody fucking killed somebody. Anyway, my buddy, dude, we went to the Decatur Public Library. We looked up old fucking
Microfiche.
microfilm.
No
yeah.
shit.
Bro, we found out like some shit really went down in this house. Like this dude did kill a couple of people in his family. So we found that out. Then we went to this place. Middle of the, of course it's 1 a.m, 2 a.m.
Of course.
Middle of the fucking summertime, and we find the house, and we're like, fuck, here we are.
All right, so we're here.
Yeah, like, are we going to go in? Are we going to go in? I don't know. So we park down the road, and we're walking towards it, middle of the fucking night, and we get up to the house, and I swear, Mike, I know he's about to call bullshit. Dude, we walk up to the road, and only in front of the house, there was fucking frost on the road. And we all were like, fuck that, and turned around and got in the car and went home. This was like middle of fucking summer. And it was only in front of that house. We never went inside. We were scared to death.
That's weird.
I always wanted to believe in this stuff. Like I was obsessed with ghosts and creepy shit when I was a little kid. And so like I wanted to believe, and I had like my buddy Louie, he would go out with friends with like, recorders and
Yeah.
stuff and like listen to stuff in slow motion
Yeah.
and stuff. So I went to some cemeteries with him.
That stuff is kind of what killed ghosts for me.
It's just not yeah.
The shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even before, like this was before those.
Right.
But I was obsessed with it, and I was just like, man, I wish ghosts were real. I hope they're real.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Like that. to see a ghost, experience a ghost,
He'd
whatever.
put one in his fucking aquarium with the lizard. And be like,
I would.
Hey, how are
Seriously,
you?
ask my parents.
More worms.
My bedroom in high school, I had a whole shelf of creepy ceramic clown dolls
Fuck that.
and ventriloquist dolls.
Why?
Be-
You want to kick him out of the bed?
because my friends would give them to me. Like my girlfriend in high school was just like, "Oh, this is creepy as shit," and I was like, "Hell yeah!"
likes you. Give him this devil
Hey,
doll.
who did you know that had a ventriloquist doll?
My brother bought it for me, and actually, I'll tell you the story
Okay,
about
I
that.
believe
in a second.
that.
Yeah,
I know your brother.
He bought it for me
Yeah.
as a gift.
A dummy for
But-
a dummy.
But my thing was, if this is real, I want to see it. If one of those things turns and looks at me in the middle of the night, at least I know. At least I know it's real, and I can go about
What would you do though?
I'd be like, "Fuck yeah!" I mean, I probably would have shit my pants and run out of the room. But in my head, I'll be like, "I've discovered it. It's real." But like at
I
the
don't
time,
believe a shark bite hurts. I want to experience it myself right now.
But like at the time, my girlfriend's like bringing me like to places like that one lyric thing I sent you guys. It was a little bit about that, about like going into a basement and like being like, "Oh, I'm getting chills too," like,
yeah.
and just faking it because I'm trying to play along. But I'm like, I really don't believe it.
I'm a Virgo. Yeah.
I want to believe in this stuff, but I'm not feeling it. And so I was just daring it. I was just like, come on.
Right.
I dare you to fucking
How many
come
times
alive
have you
and
said
scare
Bloody
me.
Mary in a mirror?
Oh yeah.
A whole bunch.
Yeah.
A whole
But
bunch of times.
so I brought
I
that
always close my eyes on the third time because I'm really scared of it.
when I got laid off from the newspaper, I did a whole photo series with my Howdy Doody and Charlie McCarthy dolls. Because I had all the time to myself, so I was just doing these like big, like creepy, like they were like helping each other cut a cake or playing pool in my living room. I'll put them in the episode, but
I don't know if I want to do this podcast anymore. I'm finding out weird shit about Hugh. Yeah.
Hey, I like that.
Are we calling it?
I mean, yeah, I think we're probably
We got another one. Okay.
Right on.
There we go.
Hey, thanks for joining us. This has been Musician Sports Podcast. Mikey, Brandon,
Yo.
Hugh, Harlem Hayfield. Like, subscribe.
Smash the button.
Smash the like button, comment, share, tell your friends, send us $1, whatever. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Goodbye.